And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in FreeCol as the Spanish. This is the third part of the second stream, so it'll be the seventh part overall. I think we're getting pretty close to where we're going to be declaring that independence. Which will make this a little bit faster than the French run. That's, I suppose, one of the advantages of being aggressive against the natives and turning them into free money. You get their nice spots, and you get a bunch of money. Take another free colonist on the dock. Veteran soldier-in-law Isabella needs a student. We had a ship in Cadiz. Although, we don't have a student for him to train anyway, so... you become a dragoon. And I'm not sure which of these is... You're the one not training anyone. So you become a dragoon. You go to La Navidad. Pick up some more wood. This is for the fortress building in Veracruz. Although we could also be moving to Santiago de Cuba for similar reasons. I suppose you're equipped to go be trained to do Big Dragoon. So we're actually going to put one of those guys back in. Put you in the church. And it's decided it's going to do some of the trade or the trade rate optimization in the background. Assign you to be a teacher, or assign you to a teacher. So yeah, now we're training 3 more. Got a wagon. That's good to go. Okay. You go to Europe. In Europe, we got a boat ready to pick people up. We got people ready to be picked up by the boat. You get a regular colonist. Although, we're weirdly at the point where it's actually cheaper to recruit an expert ore miner, clear their specialty, and train them to be a soldier. Because that's the thing you can do in this game. Because he's the cheapest guy you can always recruit. And that's actually cheaper at this point than just recruiting one of these guys. What's the cannon cost? Too expensive. Okay. La Navidad or La Isabella? Let's go La Isabella. We're here because the cannon arrived. Okay. I'm wondering when the screen popped up. Nope, the French are making use of our roads again. Ordered to celebrate a recent wedding to our second wife. Tisk tisk. Although, I suppose the monarch of Spain is probably a good Catholic, so that means his wife probably died. He's marrying a second time. Not that he's just getting a second wife. Although if he is getting a second wife, it's definitely tisk tisk. That's very bad Catholic. Okay, so we need more... Actually, no, we don't need more lumber here for the newspaper. We got enough lumber for the newspaper. We don't have enough for the fortress, which is why we're bringing more tools. Actually, we're bringing tools because we're otherwise going to overflow on the toes. But we need to bring more tools. There's the fortress up. And then when we're done with that, we're actually going to stop building here. And we'll probably move the carpenter over to Santiago de Cuba. In Santo Domingo, we got 6 dragoons, so let's raise that to 7. We got another piece of artillery. We'll take the free colonist. And 2 people finish training in La Isabella. So you become a dragoon. You become a dragoon. We'll put the gunsmith back on making gun. No. Because we got people coming in with guns. Yeah. So you can just stay in the town hall. What we are going to do is we're going to, because we don't really need as many Liberty Bells here, we're going to equip one of the elder statesmen as a scout. Basically give him horses to ride to his new assignment. It'll speed up getting him there. You're done. So we probably just want artillery in either Veracruz or Santiago to Cuba. Let's go to Veracruz for this one. And then you go back to La Isabella. And that's the boat bringing more people. Automated trade rates going on in the background. Boat didn't arrive yet. I think it's the next turn. No, there it is. Okay, so more Russian soldiers trained. La Navidad this time. Isabella's too full on tools, but that's fine. I think we got a cargo wagon coming in to pick that up. Two, 4, 6, 8, 9. So we're actually on our full 10 here. In fact, we have a spare, which we'll probably send out to the place we needs it. Yeah, I suppose for the moment, let's just put these guys in the church. Because we're short guns and horses, actually. Although it's maybe a little bit tempting. Then we wouldn't have the wood for the... well, we'd just get the construction done, and then we'd have the wood. Yeah. That's not a real solution. Although, that's something we can do for the moment. So that doubles our construction. Makes it so we're not making any wood here. Or not net making any wood because it's being consumed as fast as it's being made. You're the elder statesman, so you're going to Veracruz. We're going to mount one of these guys up as a scout. In fact, I might mount them all up as scouts. Because the elder statesman is twice as good as the previous guys, and we have enough going on here. We don't need them just for delivery of productions. We just get them all scouts. And we can send them to La Isabella to become dragoon / get trained. You go back to Europe. Well, this might be your last trip to Europe at this rate. I got too many tools here. We're not producing tools, so we can just load 200 on board. Drop off 100 in Santiago to Cuba. 7. That's 5 cannons there. Is there a boat in Cadiz yet? And the answer is yes. So your Dragoon. Your Dragoon. And I should probably just buy horses. Not more people at this point. Because we can make guns a lot faster than horses. So that's number 7 that's there. So I've got 9 that are fortified, 2 that are not. So we're going to press F once, fortify 1. Other one we're going to send off to Santo Domingo. You're going to La Isabella. We're going to go to the church and learn to be a soldier. Fortify the cannon. La Isabella. Although, would it be faster I sent them to La Navidad? Whoops. So I send them to La Navidad anyway. Yes, it would be. Okay. We're going to send you to Europe. I think you're the last one going to Europe. We'll basically have you go buy horses. And then we'll probably declare independence once you get back into friendly seas. That gave me a little bit of a jump scare. Grab this person. So, the privateer sailed too close to our fortress. And the fortress just went like, nah, bro. This is not appropriate for you. It just opened fire. Fort opens fire. Enemy Indian privateer, which has been damaged and must return for repairs. All our Indian converts are now free colonists. Which in some places probably means we're having less food. Like Santiago de Cuba for the moment, we're probably having less food. So I think you eat 2 food. The native converts, do they provide extra food? Yes, they provide 1 extra food. So in theory, we're making 1 less food. We'll get more native converts eventually. So we've got 7 there. 1, 2, and 3 on the way. Okay, so when those get to Santiago, we'll probably declare the independence. Would probably be even a more sure thing if we had everything fortified. And there's plans where we could do that, and it would just take time. In game terms. So I'm making surplus wood here. That's actually why this guy's come, to pick up wood. And tools. Oh, I suppose I could bring cannon over to Santo Domingo. You probably want to sail it by boat. Suppose I could have the galleon bring 6 over in one go. Well, I could bring 6 over in one go. We'll want it to bring like 5 over in one go. Yeah, this will be fine. We'll pick up the cannon here and we'll rebuild the replacements. More artillery has been out of the Royal Expeditionary Force. New colonists in Lot Isabella. And 2 new people have been trained. So, you become a dragoon. You become a dragoon. You join the church. And train. You could drop wood off at Veracruz. Drop the wood off. We're gonna need more wood if we want to finish the fortifications. I don't need more tools, so I can drop the tools off. So part of this is coming on that the game has decided that we need to scroll in the middle of an animation playing, which the animation doesn't appreciate. Okay, so 3, 6, 9, with the 10th has just arrived. That's what one of the animations was. Russian soldier in La Isabella needs a student. Which is, if we were to keep him working, is what we need him to do. Instead, we're just going to put him as a dragoon. We're getting real close to where we're going to be playing. We drop the tool off. At some point, if we really want to make any progress here, we actually need to bring up someone to do the carpentry. Oh well, in the meantime, the thing this makes is silver. We don't have the warehouse down here, so I don't even have the space for the tools. Never mind, pick the tools back up again. Okay, unload the cannon. Let's pick up the cotton and the furs here. Our pioneer has arrived. Although he won't be ready to do anything until next turn. Oh, and we probably need more guns. So you back to making guns. You back into the university. You into the church. Learn how to be a soldier. Okay, more soldiers ready. Equip as Dragoon. Eight here, ready to go. When we hit 10, we'll declare independence. And then probably regret that I haven't got around to fortifying various places. Because I think only one place is perfectly fortified. Although, again, I think they're probably going to nerf Santo Domingo first. It's just that exposed. "13 turns out for the fortress. The question is, do I want to wait that long? It's saying we don't have that many tools. I can literally drop the tools off, so that's not the problem. Load you on the boat. Come a Dragoon. Grab extra horses. Fortify you in place. You've got tools. We just worked out we actually need tools down at La Navidad. Drop them off there. And then it'll have enough tools to get the fortress done when the lumberjack or the carpenters do its thing. Newspaper linen to... Probably don't really need the newspaper at this point, but... Yeah, probably don't need the newspaper at this point, but we'll be fine. Oops. I don't have enough guns here. That's slightly awkward. Or enough horses. Okay. You equip as a scout. You equip as a scout. You equip as a scout. That's all our horses. Though we got more horses coming on the boat, so I'm not too concerned about that. Yes, we're going to send these over to the neighboring town, where we'll make the guns. Hopefully, have enough guns there. Party Pioneer. Road. That's our 8th Dragoon there. Wagon a lot as a Bella for wood. Of course, there's a Frenchman in the way. unload the fur and the cotton, which will then promptly get exported to Europe. Equip as Dragoon. Equip as Dragoon. Okay, so I think probably good to declare independence at this point. Assign you to the teacher. Drop the horses off as well. Oh, well, we have enough horses. That's good to know. We got a shortage of guns for the recently trained. Although we're making guns real fast. Making 24 guns a turn. And we're not really making horses particularly fast. Okay, let's take one last glance at the military advisor. So we have 52 dragoons, 52 veteran dragoons, 4 veterans who are currently training people, 19 cannon to go up against the 56 Royal Expeditionary Regulars, 47 cannon, and 24 dragoons. I think we're probably ready to declare independence. Although I may regret the fact that we haven't fortified Santiago de Cuba or Santiago de Domingo. I think they're going to go straight for Santiago de Domingo to declare independence. But I think now is the time. Let's push the button. Let's declare the independence. Although, let's be smart. Let's do a quick save. There may be dyslexia spelling mistake in there, but it is what it is. Okay, declare independence. Yeah, we'll stick the default stuff. I'm not gonna fuck with it too much. Liberty or death. In support of your Declaration of Independence, 11 veteran soldiers in La Navidad have been promoted to colonial regulars. Okay, these are all the promotions. So, the Congress has passed the most important resolution that was ever taken in America, where the toil and blood and treasure that will cost us to maintain this declaration, blah blah blah. Royal Expeditionary Force will soon be upon us. Prepare our defenses carefully while we raise volunteers for a new continental army. In reaction to a Declaration of Independence, the Crown seized the remaining units in Europe and at sea, which is the Season Scout. Denmark solely pledges to dispatch an intervention force to support your legitimate struggle for independence, provided we generate 5,000 freedom bells in order to prove our determination. Bad news, Excellency. The Spanish Royal Expeditionary Force has declared war on us. In support of a declaration of independence, 9 veteran soldiers in Santiago have been promoted to colonial regulars, 15 in La Isabela, 11 in La Navidad, 10 in Veracruz, and 10 in Santiago de Cuba. Iroquois declared the contempt for Philip II and the Royal Expeditionary Force and promised to attack them at any opportunity. Vice versa, the Cherokee have established friendly relations with them. Oh, maybe planning to attack us. Okay. Which faction are you? You're the Apache. Alright. Okay, so I don't think the natives are going to be a problem. I don't think any of the natives that are actually near us are at war with us at this point. We're at peace with the Spanish Royal Expeditionary Force. Our regulars need students. We got new colonists. Production of ironworks. Storage of iron. Okay. That's stuff in La Isabela and La Navidad. That's fine. And went ahead and... Oh, didn't activate all of them. Just that recently garrisoned. Oh, interesting. So, the veterans can't be trained to be regulars. So we can clear your specialty. Turn you back into free colonist. And then we can train you to be a colonial regular. Okay. Anyway, we have a spare one here, but we don't actually have the guns for them here. Go down to Veracruz. We're gonna mount you as a scout. So we have the horses for that. And then we'll probably run you over to La Isabela. You've got more horses, we need more horses. Okay, so you're already being trained. Oh, so we're allowed to train at the college if they were already at the college before they became a regular. Wild glitch there. Okay, the Expeditionary Force hasn't arrived yet. La Isabela needs students. I just cleared the specialty on you. Did you just immediately turn back? That's what it looks like. Okay. We're still short a person to train for the moment. That's fine. Okay, so the Caravel has found the Royal Expedition. So they're the Royal Expeditionaries Man of Wars that go on and on and on. And these are Man of Wars, so these are not weak forces. Weak boats. To the point where it probably isn't worth fighting them at sea. That's why we haven't been building any boats. Okay, Man of War. Well, technically we can now build them. Although they're prohibitively expensive. 24 offensive power. Our frigates, which is what we've got, are 16. So we'd be running a 40% chance to defeat them if we fought them with our frigates. So we're just going to hide our frigates in our ports. But yeah, it looks like, as I predicted, they're going to Santo Domingo. In comes the Royal Expeditionary Force. Now, the real troll move would be abandon the city right now. I think we still have one more turn before they actually will start attacking. So we could just abandon the city and abandon everything in the city, and then they'd have to, well, the AI was smart. They just have the boats pick them back up again and drop them off someplace else. So we're not going to do that. But yeah, then they'd have to go by land from there. But no, we'll have the garrison hold it to the last. They got 5 cannon, 10 dragoons in a defensive position. Although it's not particularly good. It's not La Isabella or La Navidad levels of fortification. Okay, and the Caravel was sent back to La Isabella for repairs. And we lost what was gun board. That's fine. And we're full in horses for the moment. Although that probably means the best way to handle this is I just shove the horses in someplace so we don't lose them. And we're going to cycle the turn, and we're going to see how the attack goes. Yeah. There's enough there that they were going to defeat. What would be 25 victories in a row that need? No, 30 victories in a row. So this is the combat log. So victory, defeat, defeat, victory, defeat, victory, defeat, 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 victory, 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 defeat. Defeat, victory, victory, defeat, 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 victory, defeat, 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 victory, 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 defeat, 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 victory, defeat, victory, victory, defeat, 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 and that was it. So, if you want to take the time to do the counting to figure out how many demotions we did to the other side, you could figure that out. That may or may not have been cost-effective to do over there. I think the military advisor isn't going to give us up-to-date. Yeah, I think this is one of the nerfs they did at some point. So we can see how many forces we have left. So we've lost 5 cannon, 10 dragoons. We don't necessarily know how many they've lost. Okay, and La Isabella... No, this isn't where the veteran one I'm thinking was. We have a veteran somewhere, just a random veteran. So the question now is, do I assume that they're gonna come by land? Because if they load back on the boats, and I send everyone by land, that's a problem. I'm gonna give it one turn and see if they start coming by land. If they start loading on the boats, then we just stay fortified where we are. Wait for them to come. Dutch are at peace with the spoils, or the Spanish Royal Expeditionary Force. We've got another veteran soldier, and we got people needing students. Okay. So you might as well just get equipped as Dragoon at this point. I'm gonna assign you to a teacher. La Navidad needs a student. Because you've become a veteran soldier, we're just going to assume... Or we're just going to equip you as a... We don't have any guns here. Equip you as a scout. And yeah, we don't get any soldiers here to train at this point, so we're going to equip you as a scout. And we're going to send them over to the other town to arm up. It doesn't seem necessarily like they're going by land. Assuming the Fog of War is working right. Could be wrong. Because I think the natives here are our friends. Happy peace, happy peace. Oh, it doesn't tell me which one's actually declared for us, but... Oh, that was giving us a breakdown. Got 161 units. And the military, in theory, is still stronger than us, though we've got a better defensive position. Okay. Just assume that... okay, they are coming by land. We can see the first batches coming in. Of course, this is also the leading cavalry. If they've left the cannon behind, that works for us. Okay, so it looks like they still train intervention soldiers, even if they're being trained by a regular. It's a little disappointing, but we can work with that. And we don't have guns at the moment. You're training someone. You're not. So, equip as Dragoon. And then you're not training anyone. So go make us more guns. So this is a little bit better than 50-50. So we'll still take it. Because right now we've got more horses than guns. So spending the horses makes sense. We're gonna leave the cannons in the fort, so we've got someplace to fall back to. Okay, looks like their advanced group has been fully dismounted. Okay, this is a little bit closer to 50 than we want, but we'll take it anyway. Okay, and that permits them to continental cavalry. That works for me. That's one reason why I was willing to take the 50-50. Activate all the units here. We're gonna basically do the same thing. Ride along a road, so we can just arrive. Got more than one action point left, so we get full damage. I think it's 1 or 1. You can do full damage. So, for the moment, we've completely removed their vanguard. More will be coming. And at some point, we're going to have to counterattack. To retake the town. Okay, here comes the second wave. Okay, some of our former native converts are promoting. So, let's see if we can deal with wave number 2. Oops. You ideally want to actually go back to town. Okay, so we got a veteran dragoon here. I was trying to generate some infantry to attack with the dragoon, because that's a little bit closer to 50. Okay, infantry are going to start going back to town, so they can mount back up again. And/or so they can defend the town if we're out of horses. Okay, that's the mobile force we have already. Let's do activate all over here again. Oh. Okay, so we still have some more conflict on the cavalry there. Maybe because we already fortified them this turn, they didn't come over. Okay. If I you... I didn't activate all game. If I you... bring him over. And attack. Bring him over. And attack. This is like 60% odds of success. In fact, if I right-click, it'll give us the odds. Yeah, 60% chance of success. Which is why we're not waiting for it to come to our fortresses. We're much better off defeating them in the field if we're getting that sort of odds. Okay, second wave has been dealt with. this is something that Civ 3 and 4 do much better than the old colonization, which is bulk moving of stacks. And of course, it's something that goes the way of the Dota with the hex movement of Civ 5 and 6 again. Okay, here comes the third wave. Yeah, so the Fog of War here isn't very good for telling what we can see and what we can't. I can see specifically around this village because we've got a missionary in it. That's what's going on. It's making it extra confusing. Okay, the troop and the French are fighting, which doesn't really bother us. La Isabella has another piece of artillery. That's all that sort of important going on right now. No, don't disband. I'm trying to do D for go right, but that's not how that works in this game. Okay. You can become a Dragoon. You can become a Dragoon. And that's all... Well, you can become Dragoon. I've got more horses, but I got no more guns. I think we're slowly working through them. And we're into the infantry, we're getting 6% odds. And to be fair, these infantry are the dismounted cavalry. I don't think they've had time to get any of the actual infantry over here. Which will be coming. There we go. So that's what we know about. At some point, we're going to have to go retake Santo Domingo. They probably don't have a third wave of cavalry. So let's start moving our cavalry forward. Okay, so mount you up. So we've still got horses here. Mount you up. Dismount you, so we can mount up the regular. At this point, we're out of horses. So the rest of these are going to have to go to the next town over. Do from Santiago to Cuba. Enough for one. So you can go there. The rest are going to have to move over to La Navidad. Oh, I suppose the other thing is, do we have some of the boats? Transports. We did, but we unloaded already. Okay. I think we have more at La Navidad. Before I let the part go on too long, now is probably a good place to put a part break in. We still retain 32 dragoons and 15 infantry. We haven't lost any artillery outside of the 5 we lost in Santo Domingo. And we've defeated about 3 waves of Royal Expeditionary Cavalry. So they may be out of dragoons at this point. They're probably not out of infantry. So they're probably still stronger than us in infantry. So their military strength has declined significantly. I think they were up at like 1,400, they're now down to 900. So they lost something like a third of their strength. The rest of it's probably strewn out between here and Santo Domingo. So we're going to have to hunt it down to the cavalry. Or maybe holding out in Santo Domingo. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be one more part up. There will likely be a part up tomorrow. Because we're going to record one more part tonight. And probably finish this run in that part. So that'd be the plan. Once again, I'm going to go take another short break if you're watching on Twitch. To check up on the dog, see if the dog wants to go outside. The dog's not pestering me, so the dog might just want to be taking, like, a nap because it's midnight. And the dog is old and likes to sleep. But I'm going to go check on the dog. So with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.